All right, bit of forgiveness. I'm going to recap continuously week 3 because I want to repent for my sins because I didn't inside on week 2. I didn't continue with week 3. I missed week 1. So let's just do this by beneficiary fact that I'm inconsistent. And mind you, I have laziness and I'm tired after Sunday. So let's let's try to get this over with at least, so I can just get this through. I think I only uploaded 3 games that happened a few weeks ago, so let's get this over with. One of my favorite games, the Houston Texans faced off against the Los Angeles Chargers on the road, and the Chargers lose sadly at home, getting 1-2, and I think that makes them second in the AFC West in front of the Raiders that are that they're still playing better than. But Jesus, Keenan Allen performed incredibly well, even scoring up there. I think their first opening drive, a shotgun short pass over to the left. It was a short, easy pass for Keenan Allen that would register for a reasonable amount, like only 183 with 13 receptions, and he only got 2 touchdown passes, one in the first quarter, and I think another one in the second half, like late into the second half. Then it happened off a compensating drive because as much as I love Carlos Hyde and Deshaun Watson seem to complement each other in their run game, I've rarely seen that a lot. I've seen more better carries coming from Philip Rivers that only had 2 carries, got sacked off one attempt, and the second attempt had him go for a near third and long, and coming so short, trying to fail at that drive, he couldn't even do anything because it was like the last final drive was like at least like a second and 14, so they failed a couple incomplete passes over to a lot of guys. Austin Eicher gone. Mike Williams dropped a few catches. Dontrell Inman, that was a former Chicago Bear. Oh wow, he only got 1 catch the entire night. Keenan Allen was the only person to collect a touchdown, 2 touchdowns plus multitudes of field goals, while there was only 1 field goal that was attempted for the Houston Texans and they missed by a 37-yarder. Carlos Hyde got in for a short touchdown carry, then it was Deshaun Watson to a pass over to their tight end for a 15-yard reception over to Atkins. I remember it was over to Jordan Atkins for at least for a 15-yard reception. And he had some good 13. Most of the guys that caught footballs had over 35 yards. Will Fuller, 51 off 5 catches. Darren Fells, they're literally just making Carlos Hyde just dig for yards. He had 10 carries and only had 19 yards, yet only 1 touchdown in the red zone when he carried for the football. It was really amazing. Watson was still getting sacked and he threw no interceptions and still dropped 351 with 3 touchdowns. But wow, the defense outshined. J.J. Watt also got 2 sacks. Philip Rivers threw so many shoulda, woulda, coulda been interceptions over to the Texans. They were playing physical. J.J. Watt had 2 sacks in the game. Rivers was bunched up a lot in the pocket, and I felt like he was getting too pressured to throw the football. Zach Cunningham, Looney Johnson, Justin Reed came to play. This was a good game for the Texans, and the defense came to play later in the fourth. So it's a good game to see. If I were you, I'd watch the highlights, or if you had a Game Pass or anything else to view the game, watch Texans and Chargers. If you want to, like, if you're bored, you're too impatient for some football, just rewatch the game. Really good defensive centerpieces. It was some great defensive plays coming from also Whitney Marcellus that also had like a pass deflection and a big ass sack on Philip Rivers. Duke Johnson, I was shocked that he didn't do much with the ball, and they're literally his freaking just punt returner now. He had more yardage punt returning than he ever did carrying or trying to get some short passes out for first downs. And I'm shocked the Chargers defense was just shut out immediately. Jonathan Joseph also went 8 with 1 assist tackle the entire game. He's stopping a lot of good receivers. He stopped a lot, and he's one of the better corners in the league right now. Jonathan Joseph shut out Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, and a few good deflections. Dontrell Inman. These guys that you expect, like Travis Benjamin or Justin Jackson, got very little yardage, and they got the most catches in the game. They got more than Inman and Kendricks. Travis Benjamin with 2 and Justin Jackson with 4. So, well, I was expecting a bit more from their defense too. Joey Bosa did get a sack, or Joey Bosa did get a sack and some good stops on the run. Carlos Hyde was pretty shut out from the run. They were lucky that they drove because Watson actually had breathing room to throw the football this time. Brandon maybe how to say his fucking name. And I watched the game. Joey Bosa with a good assistance on the sack, but it couldn't stop the run for that much. Roderick Trimmer and Thomas Davis did their job as well. Melvin Ingram had some really good pass deflections, and Desmond King had a good stop off the passing screen. I saw that play in the first quarter, and then they barely showed up again most of the second half. So you really see like this Chargers team not doing well against the pass like they usually do. They did stop the run, and that's the most positive part because if Carlos Hyde got some breathing room, they could have got shut up by at least 30 points. So this was a good game. Texans win, but sadly it couldn't happen again next week. So that's my thoughts on the Texans and Chargers game. Hopefully you guys liked the review. I thought it was a really fun game to watch because when you play football, you come to appreciate defense more than offense at times. So if I were you, I'd rewatch this game.